This was supposed to be a nightmare for Eddie Hall. This was not just strongman versus strongman. This was raw power crashing into real MMA experience. And that is what makes this so crazy. Because sometimes, experience means nothing when a man that size lands first. At KSW 105, Eddie Hall stepped into his first professional MMA fight against Mariusz Pudzianowski, a former world's strongest man who had already built a long career in the cage. Pudzianowski was not just a spectacle. He was a seasoned heavyweight with years of MMA experience behind him. Hall had never fought a pro MMA bout before that night. On paper, this looked like a trap. Yes, Eddie was massive. Yes, Eddie had freak strength. Yes, Eddie could move weights that don't even look real. But strength and fighting are not the same thing. Across from him stood a man who already knew what chaos feels like under real pressure. Pudzianowski had been there before. He had the experience. He had the timing. He had the cage instincts Eddie was still supposed to be learning. And still, the part nobody could ignore was the size. Hall came in at around 334 pounds, about 67 pounds heavier than Pudzianowski. Together, they brought more than 600 pounds into that cage. It looked less like a fight booking and more like an experiment nobody could look away from. The fight was even booked for 2 4-minute rounds, almost like everyone knew this thing might explode before it had time to settle. Then the bell rang, and all that talk about experience barely had time to breathe. Hall came out like a man who understood one thing. He could not let this become a long fight. He crashed forward immediately, threw with bad intentions, and landed hard enough to change the whole night in seconds. Pudzianowski got clipped, tried to recover, and suddenly the veteran looked overwhelmed by something even experience could not slow down. Hall kept swarming. No patience, no feeling out process, no slow build, just pressure, impact, and a pace that felt completely out of control. Then came the moment that broke it. Pudzianowski went down, Hall followed him, and the rookie strongman finished the veteran with brutal ground and pound. Just like that, it was over in 30 seconds. A debut against a veteran was supposed to test him. Instead, it turned into a shock ending almost before the audience could process what they were watching.